Hello, my Flosstube friends. I am coming to you with a bit of a video extra on this awesome day. I spent some time last weekend cleaning out my craft room, so I thought I'd take you on a bit of a tour. Are we ready? Ready for a tour? I am. So let's flip this camera around and let's give you a tour. So when you enter the craft room, we have some fun stuff on the wall. I have this canvas that my mom made when Joyfield little one was for her first birthday. So You Are My Sunshine. And then I have this really pretty piece. This is a letterpress that is God's fingerprint. And each book of the Bible is represented with one line of scripture, all the way from Genesis to Revelation. On the other wall, and I'm going to try to not swing you around so fast, I have this magnet board that has some needle minders. It has some pins over here from a planner retreat I went to. And then I have one of these really cool old letterpress drawers, and it just has some little small Lego figures and some little other fun cutesy characters, mostly Disney, some Harry Potter. I have the Wizard of Oz Legos. And then down below, I have this shelf that houses some of little person's craft supplies. So we've got, her water bucket for paints. Right here we have like glues and tape runners, watercolor supplies. Down here, air dry clay and peg dolls. Down here we've got felt and paper pads of different kinds. This is a dress up box. And this is clothes, old nice clothes that need to be put away for storage. This is kind of a workspace for her. As you can see, she's been busy crafting things here. And I have these nice clear desk mats from IKEA on all surfaces. And some different supplies up here in a hanging. I do have a serger. It is not currently working. Above, I have a shelf with some of my collectibles. This is a Once Upon a Brick Lego set. It is a pop-up book, and this is the second set for it. I have had this teapot, Mrs. Potts and Chip, since I was in high school, and I love it. I have my Golden Girl Funko Dorbs. I have some Pokemon Nano blocks, and then I have a wreath with some of my daughter's handprints from when she was little. Coming across here, this is a chest of drawers with a hutch that was in little one's room when she was a baby, but then there was no room for it when we moved her into a big girl bed. So up top we've got some different binders, books, yearbooks, pictures. Over here we've got some of my books, parenting books, church books, things like that. We've got some of her memories in this cubby. Over here we've got, this is a smocked pillow that my mother made for me back when I was in high school. I have a Wizard of Oz thing, some James Avery stuff that needs to go to James Avery, but they're not currently open. We've got some memory books, photo albums. This is cross stitch. This is actually different charts. So this is applique charts, embroidery charts, quilting charts. And this box is where I keep my glue gun, washers, glue sticks. My glue gun is actually out there over there on the table. These two, this has printed magazines, and this one I think is either empty or has some charts in it. Then I've got some different crafting books, cross stitch, knitting, a couple of recipe books, and then this is a bunch of my cross stitch charts that are not currently works in progress. This is ribbon that I have for finishing. Back there in that bin is actually extra thread for certain projects that I don't want huge Victorian motto skeins. I have 3 buckets that have finishing materials. So these came from IKEA. And this one, we have hoops, little metal pie pans, and some other finishing things. I think one of them has ribbons and trims. These are a little bit tricky to get open. They're great. And here I have button making, small buttons, finishing packs. Those are some of the Lady Dot Creates fluff and doodads. And then the last one, this is more ribbons and trims. Ribbons and trims. In the drawers below, I do have some materials. This is cello bags for packing things to send to people. There's some quilting things, zippers, this small box that's great for beads and things of that nature. This one has stationery in it. This drawer has been missing knobs for I don't know how long. And it has some finishing things that I've gotten over time. I believe that is the same as this drawer. This is more finishing things. Then this drawer has some of my wool felt projects. And this drawer down here has memory stuff. Then I have my large ironing board, which I took and added the thermal fabric with batting underneath. It's really kind of not super awesomely done, but it works. And then I have a quilter's cut and press that I can pull. I have my Rowenta iron that I love. I have my Bernina workhorse sewing machine. It is all steel for the most part, and I learned to sew on this when I was 5, and it is very old. And then underneath I've got some things for de-stash and some other containers. Right here I have a couple of finishes that I'm going to show in my video this evening. That's my glue gun. It's a Bosch glue pen. It is amazing. And then in this drawer unit right here, the top drawer has some of my various different flosses. This is Threadworks, Dying for Cross Stitch, Mo Sale, Mrs. Sados Silks, Sulky, and some other ones back there. And then starting with this drawer, this is all of my thread pickers back here. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. These are my Victoria mottos that are pinks, reds, oranges, and yellows, greens, teals, and blues, purples, and all of the neutrals. I love my Victoria mottos. Underneath I have paper caddy, trash bucket, files. Up here I have washi tape and other fun things. I have my Princess Funkos. Got pins and things like that. There's a finish. That's Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. It is a freebie from Heartstring Samplery, I believe. Planners, things like that. Back there, these are old planners. This is just houses some different things. You've got Sharpies, an X-Acto knife, Post-it notes. My DMC Etoile is down here. This binder, you've seen in one of my previous videos. It is a Bags Plus Floss Buddy binder, and it holds all of my fancy flosses that are on bobbins, which is not very many. This container right here holds my Gentle Arts, all of my Gentle Arts alphabetically, and then half of my classic Colorworks. And I shouldn't say half. I think this starts with the letter R. Next to it is the one with my DMC, which has my bobbinated and my skeins of DMC. Up above, here's another planner. And then this has floss away bags. And then in the top of this are some of the little rings, the jump rings. Got an Ork container, pin cushion. This holds clips. Up in here, I have empty bobbins. It's a dragonfly my daughter made for me. And then here we have my cutting surface, and then my cup with all my cutting tools, scissors, pens, rotary cutters. Alpha 45 is my favorite from back in my quilting days. This floss container holds my coloring cotton by color, and then starting here is where Classic Colorworks starts alphabetically. Up above I have a finish. This is Spring Acorns. This is a little fun sussy that was sent to me by a wonderful viewer, Amy from Alaska, and then some other fun stuff. And then we've got my Harry Potter collection. We've got the Harry Potter Great Hall. We've got a whole jar full of Harry Potter Funkos, my Harry Potter books, Hermione's wand, my brick heads, and then I have a Hello Kitty house. So then coming over here, in this drawer unit, this holds all of my cuts of fabric. So in the top one I have some Monaco smaller offcuts. That's some large 11 count. This is 14 count Black Ada. There's also some trim that actually needs to go in the other in the bins now. This holds very little 16 count, some stitchy band. This is 20 count stitch band. This is my 18 count drawer, which is looking pretty slim since kitting up all things for Mania. Down here we've got, this is my even weave drawer, and this, and linen. So we've got anything from 25 up through like 32. Then this drawer, and actually this is more my linen drawer. This is 28, 32, 30, 32, and 36. And then the bottom, this is my drawer of shameful non-finished items, non-fully finished items. Coming over here, we have, I have my cutting, my shape cut. I love this thing. That bin is full of vinyl for the silhouette. Top, I have my printer, my Dymo label printer, my silhouette, my large thermal laminator, paper, lots of things like that. This is more miscellaneous crafting supplies. This is all stamping. This is silhouette stuff. Down here we've got glitter and coloring things, like really nice Prismacolor coloring pencils and coloring books. And then this one down here is what my watercolor things. So then coming over into the closet, let me move this chair out of the way. This is very hard and fast. Looking at the closet, you can see, I'm tripping over the rug. It has a awesome, I'm trying to see if I can even get back far enough to get it on there, an awesome IKEA cube unit and some other things. Let's go explore a little bit closer up. So starting at the top, we have, this is some costuming things, buckets of Play-Doh, Easter eggs and other seasonal items. This is more seasonal, more Play-Doh, Easter egg basket. Lots of colored paper. I have my walnut shells, empty boxes, old dictionaries. That, yes, these were my dictionaries when I was a child. Scrapbooks and more boxes and things. Coming down, we have some costumes, wrapping paper and other wrapping supplies. And then coming across here, this is more cross stitch related. These are all fully kitted. Well, this is just extra bags. Fully kitted projects. Then we've got cuts of fabric. This is all felt and more cuts of fabric and felt. More fabric, bucket of ribbon. This is all finishing type things. So you've got batting, more batting, you've got vinyl in there, easy steam, which is interfacing. Over here, we've got some giveaway things, and we've got my box of Rit dye. Coming back across to this drawer. And here I have like stitch markers for knitting. I've got pins and needles, more needles for various and sundry different things, more needles, thimbles, things like that. This drawer has a lot of my sewing machine accessories, my quilting gloves, bobbin holder, things like that. This drawer right here holds different kinds of scissors. It's got some Velcro in here. This is my eyelet maker. I've even got some knitting stuff in here, some various other cutting supplies. In this drawer, I've got some of my large cuts of Ada. I've got some antique white, some dove gray, and there's some 18 count navy in the bottom. This bin has more finishing. This is foam. This was from pouch making, and then I've got just fiber fill. Down here are lots of offcuts and scraps of fabric. This bin houses gift items. This bin houses fun little creative kits for the little one. So you've got like finger loom, yarn unicorns, things like that. And this one holds all of my yarn. All my yarn. So, and then up top, it's all my regular sewing thread. Underneath, I have a bunch of clay from House of Mang. This is all shapes of felt, more felt shapes. Bead box. This is my shaker box I got there. This was in a video around beginning of December. I talked about finding it in an antique mall. There's 2 of them in there. Mat board. These are my small cuts of mat board. Behind it is more walnut shells. And then I have a whole lot of different frames that I've acquired. And these are my dyeing containers. And then in this bag is some more knitting. So, let's slowly take a look around the room. So it's a small little just third bedroom in our house downstairs. It has been fun to be able to come in here. Oh, and in that drawer unit right there is just office supply kind of things and packaging materials. And I like it now that I have a space that little one can work at. She can come in and work. And in this, it's just more like paper, color pencils, art supplies, things for her. Just storage. Nothing really that exciting. So, I hope you enjoyed seeing my craft room. I'm going to flip you back around and say goodbye. So that was my craft room, which is not as crappy as it used to be. I'm actually pretty proud of it. So I hope to see you soon in my regular weekly update, but I thought I would give you a little brief tour of my crafty space. So you'll notice not many whips in this room. That's because my whips live on IKEA carts in my master bedroom, where my stitchy spot is. But this is where a lot of my kitted things, my supplies, things like that live. So I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye, friends.